All right, I've seen on Coach Malachi channel where rumors going around the internet. I ain't giving nobody no free promo. There's rumors around the internet saying that Crawford and Spence is close to signing their contract. Let me speak on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, spell icon button, hit all notifications, increase chance, get notification, go live, subscribe video, go subscribe to my brother Coach Malachi, boxing with Coach Malachi, I believe is his channel name now. Which I think that's a good name to switch over to. So yep, box with Coach Malachi Williams. Um so apparently somebody out here saying that Errol Spence and Crawford is close to signing the contracts. Now, I also heard Coach Malachi say in a previous video that that Spence and Crawford had walked away from the table. They had moved on from the fight. So I hadn't heard too much of that. All right. Yeah, I hadn't heard too much about that, but I did hear that we still at ground zero. That's what I heard. I heard we still at ground zero when it comes to talking about this boxing stuff. We still at ground zero. So I heard that they have not figured out the money. That's what I heard. So I heard they still at ground zero. They hadn't figured out the money. They haven't figured out that aspect of it. So we still at ground zero. And at the end of the day, man, um, when it be made, everybody else will find out the same way. If it's Floyd Mayweather, if it's Mike Coppinger, if it comes from Terence Crawford or Errol Spence themselves, that fight ain't close to being signed. They have not moved on from talking financially. So I asked, I said, is it true that Errol walked away from the Buff fight? He said, you heard that? He said, I'm about to find. He said, well, what I'm hearing, it was nothing to walk away from because Crawford and Spence hasn't signed a contract to fight each other. They still at square one. The investors are not comfortable investing $45 million on them. So they still ain't figured out the money. When we get past the money, a lot of our minds, um, you know, then we got to worry about another bump. Who walk first? Who walk second? Venue. So I mean, at the end of the day, they simply just don't have the money, and they cut out Bob Arum, and Bob Arum had the money, and people saying, well, they should go out there and reach out to Bob Arum. The thing about it is, they could have just, reach out to Eddie Hearn. The thing about it is, um, they cut Bob Arum out the deal. They cut Bob Arum out the deal. So, like I said before, obviously they don't want to have anybody come and pick up the fight like the Zone or whatever situation may be. They don't want nobody to pick that up. So they want to stay here. If they wanted to reach out, they can reach out to Eddie, Aaron, Bob. When Eddie don't have the money to make a fighter to make sense, he go over to the Middle East. Al Heyman don't have that background plug. He ain't for them type of relationships. So all that stuff about the fight is done and the fight is close to done and all that, bro. Like Coach Malachi said, he right. That shit ain't close to done. It ain't nowhere near. You know. So of course, I told y'all from the beginning, I ain't even trying to push him to fight Keith Thurman. Well, how we know the investors really don't how we know that the investors really, what I'm saying, ain't put the money in. Maybe they put the money up, he's saying they ain't. But apparently they ain't got the money. Apparently you can look at they fight guarantees and all that type of stuff, and they bled all that money. He bled over $1.5 billion allegedly. You talking about Eddie Hearn blowing the billion. Leonard Ellaby, they blew $1 billion. So we still at square one. The money ain't there. Before they Crawford across the street, Bob Arum was saying that right when he did the lawsuit, he was saying that They wanted between $9 and $10 million, and now they saying that they do that. But now, when Terence Crawford across the street, Errol Spence asked for $20 million. That's what they said. What you think Blood gonna say? Well, I want 22. So, like I said before, they gonna go out their power, and they gonna go out their way to make sure this fight don't happen. I'm telling you, they already is. They going out their way. Now, when they want to find the money for fighters, they find it. They find it for Canelo. They found it for Tyson Fury, who's a virtually unknown fighter in America. I know he headlined once on NBC versus Steve Cunningham, who's a virtually nobody. So, we're gonna keep talking about something, but we still talk about the same thing. I told y'all, people talking about Stephen S. and tell people they've been negotiating. Man, they've been negotiating since Terence Crawford lost against Sean Porter. That's how long they've been negotiating. That's as long as they've been negotiating. And they stopped negotiations like a couple weeks before or about a month or so before the Errol Spence and Ugas fight. And Terence Crawford team, said we'd start negotiations after the Ugas fight. You think the money was gonna be any different? Errol Spence got 3 belts now. Even though he was already envisioned getting 3 belts anyway. So now the asking price they got into the $20 million. If they can guarantee them 10 apiece and say we'll work on your other 10, they ain't willing to do that. People say, well, they real quiet right now, this, that, and the third. This fight not gonna sell without some type of controversy, bro. And both of them dudes, they do their controversy, they build their fights up in the ring. That's what they do. They build their fights up, they fight in the ring, and they exciting. But you gotta have a package. Floyd Mayweather wasn't the most exciting fighter when he was Money Mayweather, but he was able to engage people by talking and using 24/7. So like I said before, man, all these guys around here, nobody want to invest in this fight. That's crazy. You know, so it ain't shit, ain't nothing else going on, man. It just ain't, man. They still hung up on the money. You got to ask yourself, if they get past, talking about the financial stipulations and all that, you know, then what? Then what? It's gonna be a hangover of something else. Oh, you can't wear them shoes. You can't wear them gloves. I already complained about bug gloves. The horsehair MXs. I guess he wear them. You know. You know. So I mean, shit. So we still talking about the money. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. So we ain't talk. I don't know if they started to work around it. That's the question. Did they start to work around it and start working on venue and other stuff? So you don't know. You know. So mm, I don't know, but like I said before, when they get past all that, when they sign the contract, we'll know. Then we'll know. We'll know. We'll know. But we just get frustrated to talk about. But they was one of these was Latinos, or they Latino that made the fight. They figure out. You know, we will find out. But nonetheless, man. So everything else you hearing about that shit is cap. It's cap. But like I said before, selling cap is selling cap is profitable on YouTube. Just keep lying, no matter how long somebody long. People just love being lied to. People just don't love the truth. You know that real shit ain't profitable. You know, same thing with a lot of these dudes that be with these girls that don't love them. You know, they love to be living a lie. And then when you have a baby and she leave you, or you catch her cheating on you or whatever like that, then you want to act like you ain't you want to act like you don't know what was up. You gotta be real with yourself, man. But a lot of these niggas can't be real with themselves. When this fight happened, it happened. We know. And then you never know. Injury gonna get up and can get in there. So, a lot of people like TB has been very consistent. He said he never thought this fight was gonna happen. That's what he said. He did not think this fight was gonna happen, and you gotta give it to him. Right now, it seemed like he on point with it. That's what it seemed like. He on point with it. Um, but if you hear anything talking about this fight signing that like this, that, and third, it ain't. It ain't. They still fighting over the financial compensation. It went from when they was on two sides of the streets, they wanted between 9 and 10 million. It came out of Bob Aaron mouth. It's right on the New York Post, the release they did for the remember before the lawsuit came out, they released like a press clipping between Bud and Bob Aaron, and Bob Aaron and that press clipping was saying they couldn't afford to pay them between $9 and $10 million. Now all of a sudden, when Crawford became free, Errol wanted $20 million. I don't know if it was the got getting another belt or deterring not the one to fight the fight. So Crawford feel like he is equal financially. So I don't know how you could feel financially equal, and what I'm saying, you cross the street. So that's my thing. You cross the street to his side of the company. So now all of a sudden he get there, and Tim Smith told us months ago, we don't have no money. We don't want to make him an offer that's assault. They never wanted to make the fight. And boxing's gonna continue to show and tell you that they don't believe that black fighters can sell. They are continuing to gonna show and tell you that. So that's my piece, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, free chance and notifications. We go live, we drop a video. Hit my link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the whole nine. All my information is in that link tree. Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, the whole shebang. Check out the Box Room playlist and the welterweight playlist. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.